Yes. Just in case you don't know, I tell you now, you know. Yes, this is Intercontinental Sports TV. I tell you, it's gonna be loud. It's getting to the end of the cinema. I'm talking about the World Cup Qatar 2022. We are here, people. Smash the like on the video. What are you waiting for? Come on, big up, everybody. Don is welcoming everybody into the show. You know what I'm talking about. I have in the studio, Robbie's ready. Kunle is also ready. The Oshodi man himself is ready. I'm talking about this main guy. Kunle has been fantastic. Robbie, you're getting ready. What's going on, people? This is Intercontinental Sports TV. To discuss today, we are looking at the World Cup journey so far, which Robbie is going to put us through what we have got learned or what we have watched so far, the intrigue and the drama at the World Cup. Get ready, people. Tell your people. Share this video. Smash the like on the video. Invite people. It's about to go down here right in our studio. Who is the GOAT? Can we say Messi is the GOAT? I know Kunle is going to say hell no, yes. I tell you, I'm the GOAT. They don't the GOAT. Forget about it if you don't believe. One more time. On this channel, if it rains, it pours. All right, ready? Oh my goodness. Thank God it's Friday, people. All right, let's do it this way. Let me bring in Robbie quickly. Robbie, what's going on, bro?
I am fine. I'm good. Good evening to you, Don, and of course, good evening to the guys that who are still in the background yet. Let me say, first and foremost, this World Cup has been a World Cup we've never seen before. Personally, for me, I think this is the best World Cup so far because every script that has been written as touching this World Cup has been shattered. Every script written about this World Cup has been flipped because we've seen some very, very wonderful results coming the way of Saudi Arabia defeating Argentina, Australia defeating Denmark, Japan defeating Germany, Japan defeating a whole lot of big teams. South Korea defeating Portugal. We've seen some pretty shocking results in this particular tournament, and of course, like I'll tell you, this is the best World Cup so far for me. And just like the Englishman will say, and there were two. And the final two we have for the finals, that is Argentina and France. And looking at how the two of them qualified from the semifinals, Argentina practically blew Croatia away. Croatia came with more or less a defensive shape, but Argentina blew them out of the water. Lionel Messi getting that goal from the penalty spot, and he was also instrumental in the third goal that secured the bag and, of course, secured the final slot for Argentina. Looking at France also in fact, they made light work of Morocco going into that game that was played in the semi-finals. And of course, we also saw how the French took the game to Morocco. Yes, a lot of people were hoping that Morocco would actually shock France, but of course, France, being France, decided that in fact, they made sure that there was no shock. They made sure that there was nothing that was going to go wrong with their plans for that game. And of course, well, like I would say, the final is set for Sunday, and everybody is holding on to their seats. Everybody is holding on to what the final has got in store for us. This is the biggest match in world football. This is the biggest match of the year. This is the biggest match so far when we are talking about football. France against Argentina. And of course, before I drop the mic, and of course, I'll let you bring in the other guys, just to let you know that right now things are really not going so well in the camp of the French because the camp has been hit by some not so nice news talking about the fact that there is flu in the camp of the French. and about 4 players in total. These are four
Wow.
the starting players for France. 4 of them are out due to the flu infection in the team. So who knows what the French camp or the French coach will do on Sunday when we finally see the setup or the lineup for the team. Well, let's wait and see how things turn up on Sunday.
All right. That being said, all right, people, smash the like on the video before I bring this main man. I'm talking about this guy, Kunle, all the way from that far away city. You know what I'm talking about? That beautiful city, Lagos, is ready. Kunle is ready. But he's going to come and tell me this guy is not the GOAT. I know he's going to say that. It's not the GOAT yet. But all being said, Kunle, what's going on, bro?
Hey, good evening, Dudon. Good evening, Robert. How you all doing? It's nice to be on the show once again, and what a journey it has been in Qatar. I can't believe we're already at the World Cup final.
I tell
You know, I remembered when it kicked off with Ecuador and Qatar. That was about 3 weeks ago, and it's almost over. So what a tournament it has been, as Robert had said. And well, for me, who is the GOAT? There is no GOAT. Okay, there is no GOAT. There is no GOAT. Okay, there is no GOAT. I think we need to acknowledge that. I mean, if we acknowledge that there is no GOAT, I think there will be world peace. Okay, but when you are trying to say there is a GOAT, then there will always be war. So let's just agree that there is no GOAT, and we'll be fine. And about what Robert said about the French camp, if flu has already hit their camp, can you postpone final any Sunday new? Either they carry it to Monday.
Robbie, they hear out.
I don't want to hear it.
Chief, go sit down for one place. Go sit down for one place.
Any plan. This is me going in my prayer mode now. Now I'm in prayer mode.
Well, so you think you're the only one that can pray, Abi?
Any plan of the enemy that will not want us to see a
any plan of the enemy that will not want Messi to do the World Cup, die by
fire. All right, people. Yes, we are ready. We are ready to take this. Oh my goodness! As I said, to discuss on this, we're going to look at Messi versus Mbappe, the third place preview matches. Match coming up tomorrow. That's Croatia versus our main brother. They call themselves the Arab. I don't even know what they're talking about there. So they're going to play tomorrow. We're going to dissect. We're going to do a preview of that match in particular. Then the next topic is going to be the GOAT. Who is the GOAT now? I'm talking about the greatest of all time in soccer, in football. Yes. All right, guys, let's get straight into this. You're all welcome, everybody. It's good to see you guys. And Kunle, you may mention that it's already, we are already at the end of the World Cup. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? We're already at the end of it. Sharp.
Yes, so we're already there like play. How time has really flown.
I tell you. And also, the EPL is going to resume quickly. This weekend. Next weekend. Yeah, next weekend.
Yes, it's resuming next. Yes, it's resuming next weekend.
And all these players are already. It's a big moment. For this. I don't know how.
Hey, wait.
Anyway.
Let us not say. See, there is nothing about rest because there shouldn't be any complaints here. All these ones of saying they should take a break. Because remember the Africa Cup of Nations, right? It's always played every January. I think people don't take cognizance, and that's where you know that
true.
people do not actually appreciate. You are now saying because the World Cup was played, right? You are now saying they should take a break and all. But okay, I understand that a bulk, a larger percentage of players from leagues went for the competition compared to the Africa Cup of Nations. But I am just thinking that if players from the Africa Cup of Nations are not giving breaks, then excuse me, why should anybody be giving a break? Coming back from that's my thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
So they should get on with their football because if it were to be an African team now, They will
Of
continue
course,
playing.
of course, yes.
So there's nothing like rest. So Mbappe and everybody, back to your club and go and play, please. Thank you.
All right, let's get straight into this. Messi versus Mbappe on Sunday final. Robbie, what do you want to say about this match? This is the final. People are already tagging the final Messi versus Mbappe. Do you see it like that, or is it France versus Argentina? That's your own, the way you're seeing it. The way
I
people are
think
hyping this final is like Messi versus Mbappe.
I don't see it as Messi versus Mbappe. If you ask me, the truth is, it's a game between two countries who
Yeah.
want this World Cup so bad. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, if you're looking at the statistics of both countries, they both have 2 stars on their jersey, meaning that both of them have won the World Cup twice. So one thing that makes it a bit competitive is the fact that both of them will actually want one more star on their jersey. But the most important thing right here is France's successes have been recent compared to Argentina, who has won it for a very, very, very long time. And I think the last time Argentina won it was in 1986.
Yeah.
So, and the first time France won it was in 1998. The last time they won it was 2018, which coincided with 20 years after they won it. So, I think a lot of things are at stake in this particular final. This is Messi's last appearance at the World Cup. Nobody knows if he's still going to play in other tournaments for France. As well as someone like Di Maria. Di Maria also will be making his last appearance for the Argentine
Absolutely.
national team this Sunday. So there's a lot of emotions riding into this particular final. Looking at France, they also want to establish themselves as one of the most powerful nations in the world. The most successful team at the World Cup so far has been Brazil, who have just 5 World Cup titles to their name. So, like I said, there's a lot of things going into this particular tournament. Nobody knows where it is going to swing towards because both teams have more than enough arsenal to win this match. Both teams.
Yeah.
So, are we going to compare the goalkeepers? Both of them have very fantastic goalkeepers. Are we going to compare their defense? Both of them have solid defenders. Are we going to compare their midfield? Yes, you might want to lean the way of France. Because maybe they have a little bit of a mobile midfield and they have younger guys who tend to use the ball better and they tend to retain possession better. Yes, but in attack, the two countries have more than enough machineries in attack to hurt one another. So, like I said, looking at it on paper, both teams are equally matched going into this game. So, as it is, I'm really not going to stress myself as touching this team is going to win, that team is going to win. Sincerely speaking, I will not lie to you. I have a preference. I actually want Argentina to win. I just don't know. I just have this
Really?
emotional sentiment towards Argentina. Nothing more, nothing less. But all the same, I also love France. I love France a whole lot and my love for France goes way back 1998 when they defeated Brazil. So,
Right.
so for me, like I said, it is a win-win situation for me. Whoever wins, I am good. I am fine. So it would have been a different case if the opposing team was the team I did not like. But for both teams, I actually love both teams. Whichever team wins, I think the two of them have done a lot, and they really deserve to be crowned champions at the end of the day.
Yeah. That being said, once again, I'm still going to ask only about this. Okay, let me even ask only. You see, in this World Cup, this final, let me put it on the screen. Argentina versus France. Who do you think need this final most? Is it France? They already won its last outing. And is it Argentina? I mean, when we are saying Messi should win it, so if Messi wins the World Cup, it's going to be the GOAT. We're still coming to that question. But Kunle, what do you see? Who do you think needs this final most? Is it France or Argentina?
If I'm going to be if I'm going to be rational here,
I know.
and if I'm going to be rational here, there are different ways you can look at this, okay? But
All
if
right.
I want to look at this and that is how me I view, that is how me I view competitions, because I don't understand. I think it is in this era now that we have now become so obsessed with players that we seem to forget other people who are in the team, who are equally making their effort and their own contribution. So if I would say who needs this tournament the more, it's Argentina. And please, this has nothing to do with Lionel Messi, please. All this one of he has carried the team since, all this one. Look, all those people are only saying those things for personal is it for their own gratification because they like Messi. But in the bigger scheme of things, it actually matters to Argentina, because if you look at it, Argentina last won the World Cup 36 years ago. That is a long time. And within that 1986, when they won they've been to the final twice, 1990 and 2014, right? So now they are in another final. So obviously, this is going to be an opportunity to win it. It's just like how they were reaching Copa America finals that they were not winning. But the problem is people have made this thing seem like it is about Messi. And I'm like, why? I'm sorry, but I don't like this obsession that we're having with players. There are other people in the team, right? People make it seem as though it is Messi, it is only Messi in that team, and there are no others, or like others are not interested in winning the World Cup as much as he is. You understand? So definitely Argentina needs it more. France to a lesser degree because they are the defending champions, okay. But you consider the fact that yes, there are some players from the last team that are there now, like Mbappe. But there are some new faces like Tchouaméni. A Tchouaméni would want to win the World Cup for the first time. A Konate would want to win the World Cup for the first time. I don't know, was Ousmane Dembele there in 2018? If he wasn't there, I am very sure he would want to win it. So it is going to be definitely important for France as well. But if I would say who deserves it more, it is Argentina. And this is not on anything about Lionel Messi, but the fact that Argentina have last won that World Cup in a very long time. So definitely I believe they deserve it more.
All right, I'm going straight to Irate. Irate, we are welcome to the program. And I'm going to ask you, Irate, also, would need this final most? Is it Argentina or France? And the second question, I'm going to start from you, Irate. So 2 questions. And when we are talking about GOATs, greatest of all time in this game, Irate, 2 questions. Number 1, don't forget, who need this final most? Is it Argentina, France? Then the second one, we are talking about GOATs. Can we now, if Messi should win this, do we consider him as now the greatest of all time? Now, I want to read one guy's quote when we are arguing about GOATs, saying Pele is a friend of mine, his name is Jide Adeniji. He was saying, and he quoted, they said, teenage Pele was outstanding in his first World Cup and Brazil won it. Second World Cup, he played only 1 game and Brazil won. Third World Cup, got knocked out of the stage group. My question here is, this doesn't look like a player that won the World Cup for his country, or is his country rode on his back? Because people always say, oh, Pele carried Brazil and so on and so forth. But Irate, what do you want to talk about GOAT? Is there anything we should consider now as Messi being GOAT? You're welcome, Irate.
Yeah, thank you, Didon. It's great to be here again. Your first question, who deserves it most?
Yes.
I would say every player who has made it all the way to the final deserves to win the World Cup because they've also contributed in one way or another. But a lot of people, like Kunle said, have made it about Messi, and I see a lot of people talk about Mbappe versus Messi and all of that.
Yes.
I would say Messi and Argentina need it most because Mbappe won it the last one. And although there are some players like, especially my boy Konate, who has been fantastic.
Which your boy, please. Kule, this guy.
Who has been fantastic.
Which fantastic. If he was fantastic, why he no play from the start? Instead of him to be thanking God.
How many games you don't play, your boy?
That is the
coach. You should be thanking God for Upamecano's injury. If not for Upamecano's injury, he wouldn't have played that
Number
illness, he would
two,
have played that
the
semi-final.
fact that you said how many games has he played? All the games he has played, he has not put a foot wrong. So, I mean, we can talk about the number of minutes he has played, but every time he has been asked to come in,
now wait
he
till I
has
want to
played
talk.
very well.
If I put foot wrong,
So I think I have that. I also have that little bias towards, and I like Mbappe as a player towards France. But I would say this is probably Messi's last international game.
Yeah.
And which also leads us to the GOAT argument. And I think he really deserves a World Cup medal. You know, for what he has done so far in his career. He's a great player. He has led by example. He's always a team player. He doesn't complain, about the team, about the coach. Even when things don't go, you don't see him publicly criticizing people, unlike somebody else. I don't want to mention the name. So I think Messi and Argentina, for me, I would love them to win this World Cup. France, they have a young squad, and I believe they will still make more finals in years to come. So Argentina hasn't won it since 1986, if I'm correct. So I think they are due one already. And talking about the GOAT argument, for me, I didn't watch Maradona, I didn't watch Pele. We've seen clips of them. But I would say one thing Lionel Messi has over some of these other players that, people compare with him, like Ronaldo, Maradona, and the rest, is the fact that Messi does more than just scoring goals. He's a more rounded player. He's more of a team player. He doesn't have to score goals to affect, to have an effect on a game. He can create chances. He can give loads of assists. So, and even in Argentina, many Argentines are like, oh, Messi, we can't put him on the same level as Maradona because what has he done for us? Well, he's won a Copa America, and I believe him winning the World Cup would put him on the same level with Pele and Maradona, if not even higher than them, considering the fact that I think his overall career goals is probably going to score more than Pele. That is also debatable according to what the Brazilians are saying anyways. But for me, if Lionel Messi can win this World Cup, add this medal to his cabinet, for me, it's undisputed. It should be that should just bury that greatest of all time argument, and it will be the number one of all time, in my own opinion. So it's a big game for Lionel Messi, very big game. I expect him to turn up on Sunday and win the medal.
All right. Kole, I'm now coming back to you on this question.
I want to disagree with Tyrate on something.
All right.
But I don't know if can
I go
ahead?
It's your turn. Yeah, that's why I want to talk to you now.
It's not like as though maybe I disagree with what he has said and all, but okay, this is where I'm going to agree with him. Yes, I remember where he said that if he wins this World Cup, he is going to be above Diego Maradona and maybe Pele. I don't think Messi is ever going to be above Diego Maradona because you see, Diego Maradona wasn't just a football icon in Argentina. He was a symbol of the Argentine society, like especially the downtrodden of the Argentine society. He was a symbol of liberation because, if you read his story, he came from a very poor background, and from there, he just became this very colossal figure. I mean, then look at when he moved away from Argentina, went to Napoli. What he did in Napoli is one of the biggest stories that I feel people do not really talk about. Napoli was not on the Serie A map when he went there. And don't forget that Napoli also, if you know a little bit of Italian history, Napoli is based in a region of Italy where that is the agricultural side, while up north that is the industrial side where you have all those industries like the automobiles, and they are the more prosperous. Now, and that is why you have the likes of AC Milan, Juventus, who are based in the north, who were more successful. Maradona came to a southern Italian club that has been looked down upon, and from nowhere Napoli came and changed the face of Syria. It was never seen before. I don't think it had even been seen in Europe, where a team that was not on the map just came from nowhere, and that thing has stayed till today. And from there, Maradona became this very big global icon. Okay, I'm not trying to say Messi has not been an icon, but if you really look at what Maradona stood for them, it is something that still remains in Argentina today. I don't see any player. Football on the pitch is not going to make anybody, to me, it's not going to make anybody overtake that guy, because he was a societal figure. He was a very strong figure in society. The same thing too with Pele, because Pele too came from a very poor background and all of that, and from nowhere, from a very young age. You saw how he blossomed at age 17. He already won the World Cup. And then you look at what he was doing at Santos and all these, and he dazzled, and he was just dazzling the world all over. And that's why till today, even at his old age, people are still reckoning with him. So I'm sorry, but I feel no matter what Messi does, even if he wins this World Cup, I don't think he is going to. And that is why I would want to say this for the record, okay? You see, this greatest of all time thing, I think it is best to just say that these people were the greatest of all time in their era.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
God bless you, sir.
That was an era, okay? The era of Maradona, even Pele and Maradona did not even play in the same era to begin with, okay? By the time Maradona broke into the scene, Pele was already retiring. Maradona broke into the scene in the 1970s, right? Pele was already retiring. He was already at the peak of his career. So even Pele and Maradona did not even play at the same time. Pele was already playing from the 1950s. Maradona was not born until 1963. You understand? And by that time, I think by the time Maradona was born, I think Pele had already won 2 or 3 World Cups already. So they were not even born in the same era. So different eras. So maybe we can say Messi is the greatest player of his era. But when you keep saying this of all time, it really makes it problematic. And when you now start bringing yardsticks, okay, the Ballon d'Or, world best, this, and all of that, most assists and all, that's why I said different eras, okay? Because if you are now, because you're just coming to say because he has won the World Cup now, he's bigger than Messi or Maradona or Pele. I'm sorry,
the one thing I want you to realize, Kunle, is like you said, you are talking about different eras, right?
Yeah.
And this same Maradona you are talking about was sent home from, was it the 1994 World Cup for doping?
For drugs.
Do you remember that?
You see, you see, now, that's the beauty. That's now the beautiful thing.
Maradona got himself involved
in
military regime, in politics and all that. Fidel Castro. Messi is not interested in all of that. These are two different personalities. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to. As far as I'm concerned, I know we are talking about eras, right? And you can definitely say, "Oh, this person is the greatest in this era." But if we want to go by yardsticks, we can look at their achievements, overall achievements, Maradona and Messi. We can definitely look at. So, but if you are going to, it comes from a poor background. Messi also came from a poor background. It comes from a poor background. Pele won it at 17. I mean, Mbappe won it at 19 too. And I don't think so. You are right to an extent, but at the same time, if we want to decide that over the course of when football even started, has always involved. I think the World Cup started with maybe 16 teams or 10 teams or thereabout. I don't remember. So there has been a lot of involvement over time, which is hard to make it compare one generation to another.
Yes. But let me point something.
You want to compare based on yardstick. I mean, for me, which I would, considering the fact that they both won almost. I mean, Maradona has not. I don't think he won the Champions League anyways. But for me, I'll go by their achievements. And I'll say Messi.
Yes, you have a point.
You see, that is that is why. Sorry to come. That is why I am saying different eras, because if you are using the Champions League, right? In that era, the Champions League didn't matter. The World Cup was the pinnacle of all tournaments, right? That was why
we can still have that.
That was why even in that era, okay, even the fact that Pele never went outside of Brazil, Pele was still held with very high regard globally, all because of what he did at the World Cup, and all because, even that time, despite the fact that he didn't know, okay, at least they used to play some competitions like friendlies then, and those friendlies were actually competitive. I mean, then that time, clubs even used to play with national teams, and you know how football was that time, is we die here kind of, is not they put their heart and soul into game, even if it is a friendly. You understand? Yeah. So that's why I said different eras. So trying to say, that's what I'm saying. Because you would say Messi has won 7 Ballon. The Ballon d'Or it's a function of Messi's era. It was not something that was so counted at that time of Maradona's era. You understand? That's what. So that is one of the reasons why I'm saying the eras. There was no world best during. There was no world best. I don't think there was an award for world best and all these awards they were not counting stats. They were not exactly, even Maradona's era. They were not, that's why I see this stats that is going around. Most goal involvement. Messi now has 19 goal involvement, level with Miroslav Klose and Ronaldo Nazario. That's Delima, and I'm like, okay. But the point is, yes, he has the same. But the point is, these two, they've carried World Cup. Messi has not carried. So at least I think until he carries, before we can now really say
only that. Let me tell you why this argument will always be.
Yeah.
About last week, I had this argument with somebody who was saying no matter what Ronaldo or Messi does, Ronaldo de Lima will always be his favorite attacker of all time. That Ronaldo de Lima is way better than Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And like the arguments you had now, a couple of people will bring up points. So he did this, he did that at so place and everything. So even if Messi wins the World Cup, I can tell you that as far as Argentines are concerned, they will still rate
Maradona. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and that is where I wanted to go to, because and I think this is one of the things you say Messi came from a poor background, but you see, the thing is this: Argentine people did not really feel Messi. Why? Because Messi's career never started in Argentina. Maradona's career began they felt him. He played for Argentinos Juniors and Boca Juniors, one of the biggest clubs in Argentina. Okay, but Messi has spent virtually the bulk of his career in Barcelona. That's why some people even claim that Messi is more Spanish than Argentine, because he spent his life from 13 since the age of 13. Since the age of 13, he has been living. Since the age of come again.
It said the Spanish wanted to own Messi at some point.
The Spanish actually approached him to play for them.
Yeah.
You get, there was nothing like that. As in, he has lived in Spain since he was 13 years old. Okay, so that is why. So that look at when Maradona died, for instance. Look at how Argentina was on shutdown. The entire country was on shutdown. That goes to tell you how they held a state. I'm sorry, did they make Lionel Messi die? I am not sure. I'm not saying that they wouldn't tell, but I don't think it will be like what they did for Maradona. That's why I was saying that the guy is
probably might be more than what they did for Maradona. Probably might be.
I might be wrong. I'm just speculating, but I just feel that I don't. Well, judging maybe in Messi's afterlife, he might do something that we now make. I'm sorry, after football, he might do something that will make people really, maybe Argentines really hold him to heart. But as of now like this, so God forbid, if Messi were to go now, I don't think Messi's funeral will supersede, because you don't understand, like for the entire week, the whole Argentine this thing was on.
Sorry, Kunle. Yeah. Sorry, Kunle. Let me just quickly chip this in. I will try not to take much time. The thing is, there was this weight hanging over Messi's head. That was because of those consecutive finals that they lost between 2014 and 2018. They lost the 2014 World Cup. They lost 2 consecutive Copa America finals. So there was this weight hanging over his head, that weight of the fact that he had won everything a player would dream of winning, personally and of course with his football team. And you needed to see the celebration that not just the players had. Everybody were happy, yes, that they won the Copa America, but everybody was especially. I stayed up late that day. Everybody was especially happy about the fact that Messi was the man that led them to win their Copa American title. Now,
I watched it now. They ran immediately. The final whistle played. They ran to him now. Have you?
Yes. Wait. What I'm trying to pick out is this. Like I said, is nobody knows who's going to win on Sunday. And like I said, see, the truth is, let me betray my emotions right now. I am praying fervently that Argentina wins, not because France does not deserve to win, but just like you have said, Argentina needs that World Cup title, not even just because of Messi, but because of other players in that team that has sacrificed a lot. Angel Di Maria is one player that has given his life for the national team.
He's the number one after Messi.
So you get my drift now. Angel Di Maria is one player in that team that has given absolutely everything. And just like you said, he's one player that does not hog the headlines for negative reasons. He really complains. He's a team player. He's somebody that gives his 100%. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that if Argentina wins on Sunday, it changes the dynamics of how Argentines, despite the fact that Messi did not play in Argentina, it changes the perspective of how they hold him and how they see him.
True.
That is what I'm trying to say, that we don't know. This thing changes with time.
But
so
all right, but the question is, will it elevate him above?
All right, guys,
Maradona?
let's stretch this now and let's tailor this to get to a point. In fact, I wish we could have an agreement on this. When we want to talk about picking a GOAT, I mean, let's say the greatest of all time in soccer, what are those things? Because I'm going to ask Sheye on his own, and everybody will also contribute. Then what we are talking about GOAT, what exactly should all of us be looking at? Is it assists or different eras? Is it number of goals? Because every time it's always striker winning all these things. Strikers. What about the midfielders? What about the defenders? So I want us to talk. Sheye, I'm going to start with you. What are those things we should look into? We should be saying, okay, if you win, is it until when you win the World Cup? Or is it until when you win Champions League that makes you the greatest of all time? So, Sheye, let me start from you. What do you think?
Yeah, good evening to Don, and good evening to the guys. Sorry for coming in late. I started listening when Kunle was making his argument, and I actually agree with most of the things he said, because I don't think it's I don't think it's easy to pick the greatest, because I feel obviously there have been different eras, so you need to, for each era, for the 3 major eras really, the 3 best players have been Pele, Maradona, and Messi. And to be honest, to compare Messi to those other 2, there has to be a World Cup in there, because I feel he needs to have that World Cup to actually be considered to be in that argument, really, because fine, he has won numerous Champions Leagues, he has won the Copa America last year, he has won several individual awards, but really to be considered among the greatest, you need to have won the biggest trophy in history of the game. So he needs to win that World Cup to actually be in the argument. But I feel in this particular era, with or without the World Cup, he is the best in this era. I know there will be the Cristiano argument, but I personally feel it's Messi. And I get why people will say it's Cristiano, but to me, it has to be Messi for this era. But
Cristiano, okay. Kunle, do you agree?
I'm looking at Sheye. The way he just said it, that like just like that.
Messi. No. I said
come for your head, dude.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like
I think
I
Sheye,
don't
I
see
think
that.
Sheye is just trying to cover his basics
Don't
now.
no, that's
No,
okay.
I think
I don't
Sheye
want
is
to
trying
hear
to
that.
cover the basics so that there will
Okay.
not be a case of, okay, you're just talking
Against.
about Messi.
Okay.
So I get what
All
Sheye
right.
is trying to
No,
do.
I
But
get you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm just pulling his
as it
leg.
is
I'm
in
just
this
pulling his leg.
era, Ronaldo does not come anywhere close to Messi. He
I
doesn't come
okay.
anywhere
Let
close
I,
us
to
I,
Messi.
go.
I,
Voila.
I think it's debatable. I personally prefer Messi, but I think it's debatable. Honestly,
How?
you
How?
can't
How?
say it
So, yeah,
doesn't
why
come
you?
close. You can't say it
Okay.
doesn't
Why
come
you?
close.
Ah,
You can't say it doesn't come close. Really, I think both of them have actually pushed each other
but why why do you
greater
always want
heights.
Ronaldo? Okay, go ahead. It's
I
because of
think
he has scored so many goals.
they they've actually pushed themselves in the last 10 to 15 years, really. And to be honest,
Don't they?
look, if we are off air, trust me, I will be pro Messi, and I might actually get a bit violent and aggressive. But trust me, deep down, I know Cristiano has actually pushed Messi, and both players have actually been really, really good in the last 10 to 15 years. The consistency of what they've actually done in the last
Okay.
decade or thereabouts has actually been impressive. So you need to give Cristiano his flowers, really. But I personally feel in this era, it's Messi that is the better player, or is my preferred player, and I feel it's the one where you can actually compare with Maradona and Pele. But I personally cannot pick a goat. That might be missing on the fence. But I feel it's a debate that it's not just straightforward. You need to look at several metrics and the different eras. I mean, you can't just
metrics. That's an exact question I want to ask.
yeah.
Maybe
But
what exactly will be? Is it to win the World Cup? Is it? I mean, you have to be very good at your club, scoring goals. I mean, is there any yardstick parameters we should be looking at?
I think some observers actually even say in Argentina, Messi is not the greatest. They feel it's Maradona. So I feel to even be in the arguments, be in the conversation, Messi needs that World Cup. Honestly,
I swear down, he needs it.
If he doesn't win on Sunday, it doesn't diminish what he has done previously. But I just think when you are making good arguments, it will be hard to.
So are you now saying once he
down.
wins on Sunday, Messi wins on Sunday, outrightly is the GOAT?
No. I'm saying if he wins on Sunday, he will be in the conversation.
Sunday, is he the GOAT? Robbie, if Messi wins on Sunday, is the guy is the GOAT? We agree.
Nope.
Well, you know what? I like Cheye's tactics going into this argument as it is. But the truth is, let me agree with one part of Cheye's statement.
Don't mind Cheye. Cheye is forming diplomatic.
Let me agree with one part of Cheye's statement. In all honesty, in all honesty, just like what Cheye has said, for Messi to actually walk or sit amongst this World Cup gods, he needs a World Cup to be able to at least grace their presence or even sit amongst them. It doesn't diminish the fact that he's a wonderful player. But the yardstick right now, if we're talking about Pele and Maradona in the same sentence, for Messi to be able to also join the conversation, there has to be a World Cup medal on his neck or in his hands to show them that yes, indeed, he's worthy to be mentioned amongst them. So that is just my own take.
All right, cool. If they give you an assignment that write something about this GOAT, before you are a journalist, what exactly are you going to write about? This is what you mean by GOAT, as in how you change people's mind. Is there anything we can start looking at? Oh, this is the yardstick. If you do this, you are the GOAT. If you don't do this, for example, basketball, people always say, oh, Magic, what's his name?
Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson.
He has won MVP. They have at least a yardstick. So, oh, this is exact thing we are looking at. This is at least. But in football, you're talking about he has so many assists. He played Champions League. He won 10 Champions League.
The reason why it's easy in basketball. The reason why it's easy in basketball is the fact that it is just the NBA, and most of these players come to the NBA to compete. In football, you have different tournaments. So for basketball, it is easier. It's either you win FIBA or you win the NBA. So with
now,
FIBA or the NBA, you
what is that
practically
thing
sit in that place.
we now need to grind to say, oh, this is what we are looking
Wait,
for
the
to
Don,
become
the
a
Don,
goat.
the Don, the
To
Don.
sue me now.
Wait, the Don. You see, that is why. You see, like Robert said, it is easier to do that greatest of all time debate in the NBA because the NBA is so narrow. Don't forget that. And then there are yardsticks, okay? Like now, MVP, NBA MVP during the regular season, NBA Finals MVP, All Stars MVP. Those are the yardsticks you would use. You understand? How many have you won and all? But you know, football, there are so many competitions you participate in. And the mere fact that footballers in their lifetime go to different clubs even makes the whole thing complicated. Because, you know, you have like now a Kobe Bryant who played virtually all his life for LA Lakers. So it is easier to make that debate. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Magic Johnson too was mostly the Lakers. Michael Jordan was mostly Chicago Bulls. Although yes, he played for some other clubs, but the very peak of
his best years were for Chicago Bulls.
Was for the Chicago Bulls, so it's actually easy to put
very
these
easy. You are
under
right.
the mic. Exactly. But for football,
it's just
so that's why I feel so. The truth is this.
You see, the truth is this. You have to win the league.
Yeah, and that is why I feel the greatest.
Then why is he always only striker?
No,
but in this tournament,
no.
You
see, it's not just about the tournament.
Are very, they are very good.
I have that bias, boss, because I feel like why is it that? Because you look at the world best award when they give Ballon d'Ors and all, they hardly recognize midfielders,
goalkeeper, or something.
And I feel that is one of the reasons why sometimes I do not even take those awards seriously, because the truth is, even football awards are problematic. Yeah. So you can see that as much as the GOAT debate is problematic, even football awards from that Ballon d'Or and all, you see how till tomorrow we debate 2010. It was Schneider that deserved it. It was not Messi. 2013 was supposed to. So you see, I think it just goes to show that football is just problematic. And no matter what, you won't get to a definitive place. Okay? You won't get to a definitive place. And that makes it, you know, that just makes the conversation keep going on and on. So the truth is, even if Messi carries this World Cup, the argument will still continue. It doesn't mean that the GOAT debate is settled, to be honest. Even if Messi wins this World Cup, it doesn't mean people will still argue, because they will tell you that what Maradona did in 1986 was Kenny Khan. You understand? They will still come up with
narratives.
They will still come up with it. But I want to say something though, Didon. If me, I want to pick my own go-to. I think who said something about Delima? Now, I am not saying that he is my own go-to, but I feel that guy could have been an extraordinary player that by the time he retired, I don't think we would have been talking about Messi and Ronaldo, seriously. And it's rather unfortunate that, number one, his career was really affected by injuries very early on in his career. And because of that, it affected his form. And then also to the fact that, you know, him being Brazilian, if you notice one thing about Brazilians are not serious-minded people. You will see that once they already start having the fame and fortune, it takes over their life. Party hard. You see, that's what is affecting Neymar. Do you know that Neymar equaled Pele's record of 77 goals, the most goals for Brazil? But nobody is talking about it
at all.
Nobody is talking about it, and that's because of his personality. So it's the same thing too with Delima, you know. So all of that, I feel, just counted against him. If it were to be that he was fit and he was a very serious-minded player, and he had a very long career like the way Messi and Ronaldo had, honestly, I think this greatest of all time debate might have been. But you know, because the person Irate was talking about, where he said Ronaldo de Lima he actually does have, because if you remember this guy very well, this guy was extraordinary. What that guy was doing that time was just unbelievable. Okay, it was just unbelievable. I know Messi and Ronaldo have come and they've taken it to a whole new level, but there are just so many things that were missing from Ronaldo that would have taken him further up, even maybe above Pele. Who knows? But you know, so many things that happened in his career didn't make it happen. But you see, for someone like Messi now, Messi has had a long career, no controversy. He's largely humble. He's focused.
No
he's
party.
And I think this is one of the reasons why some people actually make, because I think who was making the point of Maradona and his drugs and all. The fact that yes, he did drugs and all of that. He was into he was flirting with dictators and all of that.
Chai.
Yeah, in a way, it might have put him, but he's still a big figure, right? But I know some people will still look at him in bad light. But someone like Messi does not have that record. So if some people want to make an argument, like I said, some people will use that one to say Messi has had a clean record all his life. Maradona was a mafia. Messi is not a mafia. You understand? So the conversation just goes on, boss. It can't end. That's the truth.
All right. We want to wrap up the show, and I'm going to put you guys on the spot. But let me first put myself on the spot right now. Who's going to win on Sunday? Oh, don't forget, on Saturday, we're going to have top plays. That's Croatia versus Morocco. And it's going to be also huge. But people don't really actually look into that.
I am not looking into it. Sorry.
At all. So many people don't say.
Robbie,
what do you think? That top place.
For the third place, I just like Kole said, I'm really not so interested in it. A part of me actually wants Croatia to win. A part of me wants Morocco to win. Whoever it is that wins among the two of them, I think the two teams have suffered enough. And of course,
why do you use the word suffer? All right. I'm going to put myself on the spot right now. On Sunday, who is going to win? I'm talking about the final game, Argentina-France. I swear down, France is going to win this game. France is going to win. I just see Mbappe as a thorn in the flesh he's a bad guy. I just think this guy, Mbappe, can finish the game. So I'm picking France to win the game. Robbie, on the spot right now, who do you think is going to win? Robbie, can you hear me? I think I lost Robbie there. Kule, I want to put you on the spot right now. Sir. Who's going to win? I think Robbie is scared at the moment.
If me, I am to be honest, I think France have everything in their power to win this match. Okay.
Wow.
Because you see, you are making mention of Mbappe, but you see, why this France is such a very terrible side? Yes, I call them terrible, not a good side. They are terrible. Is that if Mbappe does not turn up,
they are done.
They are done. How are they done? When there is Griezmann, there is Griezmann. There is Giroud. Giroud, that one will just be waiting there, and you understand. And the thing, what makes France so much of a very, very dangerous side is that
absolutely
France can play in multiple ways. Okay, look at what they did against Morocco, for instance. They scored Morocco, and they allowed Morocco to have possession.
Yeah,
they allowed Morocco to come to them.
And
because they knew Morocco were not going to, because they can't do that kind of a thing against Argentina, obviously, because if they do that, they're asking for trouble. But for you to do such against Morocco, it shows the level of confidence that they have. I mean, they didn't even attack Morocco, say, okay, let's put second goal and bury this game in the second half. No, bury the game in the first half. No, because I know they could have done it, but they were allowing Morocco to come at them, and they were in control. So imagine what they can do against Argentina. They have different options they can employ. But you see, for the case of Argentina, boss, if they target Messi, once they can target Messi like this, if Messi is not in that game, Argentina is out.
They are done.
That is it.
They are done.
That is it. Nobody is coming to the party. That's why I'm saying that it tilts towards France's favor than Argentina. Because if Messi can be silenced, it's over for them. So.
All right, Robbie, on the spot right now, you are back. Who do you think is going to win this final game? On the spot right now.
Well, I don't know. I just have this feeling that Argentina will win, irrespective of whatever tactics France brings to the table. But I think one thing that makes me respect Argentina is the fact that the finalissimo that they played against Italy, I think it was last year or thereabout, I actually tipped Italy to win that game, but it was a different Argentina that came to the party, and most of the players who played that game are in this current squad as it is right now. So I don't know. I just have this feeling that Argentina will win on Sunday.
All right. Shayel Bidiora, on the spot right now. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, my heart says Argentina, my head says France, because I actually feel, I hope Messi wins it, but I don't think they can. I don't think they have I don't think they are, like William said, I don't think they are as rounded as France. I think France have more weapons to support Argentina.
So many weapons, forget it.
Although I feel with Scaloni, he has actually shown his tactical astuteness throughout the competition, at least since they lost that opening game to Saudi Arabia. So he might have a tactical curveball to throw on Sunday. But I just feel France, they've actually won in their last 2 or 3 games without not particularly playing well. I think England were the better side against in the quarterfinals. I think Morocco slightly edged the play against France, but still France were able to pick up those results. So they don't have to play all that well to even pick up wins. So because of that, I feel they will beat Argentina. But deep down, I hope Messi and his teammates are able to get the result, but I don't think they will.
All right, guys.
I love what Okay, I love what Sheye said, that France don't need to play well to win. That's what makes them very deadly.
All right, Kunle. People will come for us. We all agree that France is going to win. Robbie says, hell no, it's going for Argentina. So $1 each betting. So thanks everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to have a watch along on Sunday. I wish Kunle will be around. He's not going to. He'll be at home from church as a pastor, and also Sheye. So I think he should be. All right, just pulling your leg. I don't know why I'm just pulling Kunle's leg today. I don't know why.
I don't know what I did for. I don't know why I did for you. I don't know why.
All right, guys, it's gonna be massive on Sunday, no doubt about it. So I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud, no doubt about it. So once again, Robbie, our Twitter handle is moving. Yeah, get it there, no doubt about it. Thank you so much for Sunday. We're gonna meet. Thank you for everything, Robbie. I appreciate one love, bro. All right, Sheye Media. Thanks again. We'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully. 4 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yes. All right, Sheye. Thanks a lot. Kunle.
Yes, boss. Yes, so thanks a lot, boss. I appreciate it.
All right, one love, bro. All right, guys, smash the like on the video. I'm about to wrap up this show. I gotta get out of here. Straight up. One love, everybody. Please smash the like on the video. It's gonna be loud on Sunday. Yes, thank you, everybody. All the crews, Istv crews. Big up, thank you so much, Robbie, Sheye, Prof, Basil, Maggie, Aiz, Kunle, Okwaya Debari, Lady Vi himself, and also Irate. Big up, everybody. Appreciate everybody once again. On this note, I gotta get out of here. One love, people. Smash the like on the video. Share this video. I love you guys. Bye for now.